Just to refresh our motivation to attend Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. We go through this how to live in happiness. So it's been the number 2. So this morning we just went through number 1. On page 2, the number 2 verse number 2, in Tibetan, if you read, Raja Sinja Tamjeji Digim June Jampan some death, leading to death in the she said. The source of all happiness and joy for oneself and all sentient beings is loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. This is the basic disposition of cause and result-dependent relations. So as this morning I mentioned, we just reflect, remind, having this arrogance, this body. If we are within the confusion state, bewildered in the mental afflictions, and this is the basis and foundation of the samsara. All the suffering surrounds. It's very clear. Anywhere you just see very precise. And at the same time, those who study Dharma, especially practice, and these five aggregates of this body is the foundation for enlightenment. So since we desire for peace and happiness naturally, without any caution about, because of that, and we individually have the responsibility how to create the cause for peace and happiness and avoid causing the suffering. So that is we have that mental capacity, that ability which help us to do these things. And the mind, as I mentioned, Buddha said this quotation yesterday, I mentioned, Buddha said, Tikvacha magicians not engage in any types of non-virtuous thoughts and action. Engage in all the virtuous thoughts and action. Totally tame your mind. So this is a very simple way, but it just said this. So all the teachings, volumes and hundreds of volumes of description of this. So totally tame your mind, as you see. Mind is, as mentioned, the center, the center of the dimension of the samsara and nirvana. Mind is complex, as mentioned, profound, and it's only through this mission, the three trainings, can help us to understand mind, not by machines. So Buddha went through this way and fully revealed total nature, and from that taught us these precious teachings. Our teachings has been studying and practicing for the last over 2,506 years over. So there is nobody forced to practice this. No any weapons carrying So you have to follow this, otherwise you are persecuted. But those who have studied, practiced, and how much benefit they get from their own interest, they pursue this wisdom, the teaching, the thought. Look at the life story of Marba. If you read, have you read that life story of Marba? You read life story of Marba, it's there. How much he sacrificed. Coming from high plateau, when down to India, such a hot country. At that time, you see, dense forests. And there was no transportation, trains, aeroplanes, you see, only just walk. For days in the forest, with a lot of jungles, snakes, tigers, all those you can name it. So he fully sacrificed and met many great teachers like Narva, Metiba, and Gureva, so forth. Receive all those Vajrayana teachings, including Mahamudra, 6 years of Narvas, and he himself practiced those. And goes, for 40 years he studied Marva. And then he brought to Tibet and passed down like Milarepa and all those you see. I'm sure you have read Milarepa's life story. How much Milarepa got to benefit from these in a single lifetime. He attained Buddhahood. So because of that, then I think in Tibet, the Buddhism was so well established because of the Milarepa's example. After Milarepa was the Kabupa, his great disciple. And then from there, so many great teachers. Kabupa's lineage went everywhere, all over Tibet, to Nepal, India, to China, everywhere. Still, it's enduring its existence. So you see, these all just individually just went and requested teachings and endure all the hardships, and then how much benefit they got, and how much well established. Still in Tucson monastery, not so far from, if you know, not so far from Lhasa, about 3 hours drive. The road is good now. In Tucson monastery is still one very famous retreated master. His name is Tajirati. He's still alive. He's in the 60s. So many people go to see him, just to see him. So if you just, maybe there's some information, highly accomplished. Or His Holiness Khenchen Rinpoche, there are 2 His Holiness, Khenchen Rinpoche and Khenchen Rinpoche. Khenchen was still in Tibet last time. I met him. It was 2001. And in Lhasa I met him. So that time he mentioned to me this situation that he has really a realization. So I was very amazed that he could recognize, And he sort of said, I asked him many questions, but he is very reluctant to answer all my questions. But I can understand, he said. So that is still where, and he is such a great practitioner, you see. If you hear his life story, he maybe eats once in 2 days, just day and night. He just wear this robe, then he just meditate. He barely make a fire in his kitchen. He eats, zamba and yogurt, like this. So still, these great teachers exist. So in the West, we need to establish few, if not many. So like that, you see, so this is all source of peace and happiness. See, the source of all happiness and joy for oneself and all sentient beings is loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, is true. I mentioned briefly here and there, loving kindness, compassion. But we need to reinforce. Naturally, yes, everybody has even very limited, small amount. For example, our mothers, some very good dear friends, they express their loving kindness and then they take care of families out of love. It's source of peace. When you see child is coming from distance, there are many people maybe around, but if you see his mother, it's just jump right to his mother, because there he expects his happiness is there because of her love, care, So this is just natural. It's nothing to do spiritual or this and that. So Buddha taught on the way so that expand that mind. How to expand that? Well, coming from many lifetimes, we don't remember. That doesn't mean it's not there, See, it's a measure. You can see the habit we have, the habitual tendencies. It's rooted within us. The samsaric habits and becoming more gross, and the more suffering is there. So where we are complaining, this problem, this, and our action and what we desire for totally contradicts. We act, in a such way is cause of suffering, and we want happiness, Then we say, what happened? while, just complain more, or have complain more. And so that's in first. Then we put a talk about the 10 virtues. Look at all the 10 virtues, especially with the mind. Look at the mind, 3 portions. See? As long as these 3 portions, any of those 3 portions are there, we cannot expect real peace and happiness. So when we're keeping those in the mind, when we're cherishing these portions, and still we expect some peace, happiness, then we complain about it. We will fight for this. So what we want, the result, and what were our actions, so they are totally against each other, as you see. So instead to see, our practice goes like this. Look at in your life individually, what you are cherish, what you are dear. Say your mother, your sister, your brother, your friend, your children. Look at how much you feel you have the responsibility to take care of that. Just because that individual desire for peace and happiness. Because of that, you just share all what you can. You do all your best to help that individual. See? So now same thing, okay, that example. Everybody desire for peace and happiness. There's no one in the world who desire suffering. Even those, ruthless individuals, still they desire for peace and happiness. Even though they are very destructive for peace and happiness for themselves, when they have peace, they feel so comfortable. When they have some happiness, they feel so good. See? So the innate, the expression to what you desire for. Then your diluted mind expression. So it continues. So this gives us wisdom. This gives us wisdom how to see things, at least in your mind. So then we just practice that. Let everyone have peace and happiness. As in the prayers we said, all Mother Session beings, almost the sky, and happiness and the causes of happiness. Just as meditation. Particularly those individuals who hate you, who disturbs your life or happiness. If you say this prayer, then they have all peace and happiness. They look at your mind. Your mind feels so peaceful. It brings the benefit as much as you practice as the emptiness, wisdom of emptiness. We desire for, as you mentioned, when somebody teaches the mantra or torture, people go around so much water there, So you want to get the understanding of the emptiness, the dynamic nature of the emptiness, all this wisdom, I want this, and because you're expecting special solution of the suffering and get real peace and happiness. This simple way of the loving kindness. At this moment, those who are not well established in the higher those practices, at least if you do this, you get the benefit. Just look at your mind, so peaceful. Your physical body feels lighter. Your mind becomes more spacious. See? So that's the how to live the life in just happiness. There's no something substantially get this is happiness, you take it, But yes, you see, in your mind. Because the mind is absent, so these three portions. It's happy life. It's peaceful mind. So you meditate, practice, you see. So this is a cause, mentioned here. The basic disposition of the cause, the result, dependent relations, interdependent, interconnected. So this loving kindness is beyond our emotion, just based on the wisdom, reflect on those who you know, those you don't know, and those who hate you equally. Just meditate. This called also training of the mind. You train your mind in that way. Get used to this. Like this morning I mentioned, we did the refuge ceremony. So at the time of death, there are so many, you have studied so many, when you die, what we should do, what kind of Bhakti teachings, what the power, there's so many things, If you know all those things, wonderful. But at least when you die, fully integrate Vishnu Buddha Dhamma Sangha. And then with this mind, your transition of life will be much better because there's no confusion. Just remind. So to get to use it, you have to practice every day. Every in the morning, every in the evening, anytime, daytime, in your walk, or like say when you go to the mountain, go to the ocean side, anywhere you go, always relate to this. Just remind. And this is very profound. Because of these teachings, so as you know, in the Shadi there was their teaching, as long as the space remains, as long as the essential beings into, I'll be there to service of all essential beings. you have this mind, then there's great joy, this peace you achieve through this practice. So the feeling of joy, happiness is the expression of that peace. See? Then there's no fear. See? Otherwise we are born to fear in our life. What will happen? All this, that, there's a lot of fear. Especially this war, all these things. If you practice this, you have no fear. So may everyone have all happiness. May they have the causes of their happiness. They may practice 10 virtues. They may practice loving kindness. They may practice bodhicitta. Is the cause of the loving kindness. All the meditation practices are the cause of the causes and conditions of the loving kindness. See, so I will relate to a few stories to this. One, you know this very well. So first I tell this. In the jewel ornament of liberation, at the practice of these loving kindness, Kamova mentioned the man, king, where there was a king, great practitioner, Chambeto, the Metri Bala, the power of loving kindness. He was a king. And one time there were 5 yakshas. Yakshas, you know, who spells the sickness, pandemic, and then they take the life, the individuals, they eat flesh, drink blood, you know. So one time in the country, in that king's life, and there was a pandemic. All the people in this country, in his country, sick. So that king was very concerned, what should I do? How to help all the people in my country? Then he collected all the leaders of all the different places, collected all those. And then the king told all the leaders, governors or mayors, all this you can say, you know how much we have problem. People are sick due to the pandemic. So I have one solution. We should practice loving kindness. So that the king instructed to all people how to start to practice step by step loving kindness. For a few days. So then the king sent to all his ministers, those heads of the state. So now you go to all your places and teach everybody this. So then all people went, all those leaders, they went to their own places and then collect all the people and they talked this. loving kindness for days, and they are meditating 5 days, 10 days, 20 days. Well, they are practicing these loving kindness, compassion, loving kindness. Then people are getting better. Sickness, the pandemic, slowly disappears. After some time, few months, all the pandemics will free. Oh. So there are these 5 yakshas. They had no food to eat. So then they came to the kingdom. And the kingdom, they asked, we haven't had food for many days. We were hungry, we needed food. So their messenger gave the message to king. King said, oh yes, they just give what food they eat. You just prepare and give the food. And they prepared regular food. And they said, no, we don't eat this food, we eat flesh. Then the message went to the king, and the king felt, what should I do? To kill somebody or to feed somebody from that is not right. So what should I do? Now I'm facing such a great dilemma. So finally he thought to himself, oh, I should keep my body. So he cut some of the flesh from his body and gave to them. Then they were so impressed. They developed such great devotion. So you are real good practitioners. You do what you are talking about. And from today, we will not eat any flesh. Because they are so moved to protect others' life. The king himself sacrificed his life. Then they said, because of your this practice that you are doing, we know that you gather such great merit, wisdom, great accumulations. Through these great accumulations, you will attain enlightenment. So this time, you give us your body, and then one day you will attain enlightenment, this practice. At that time, you give us your wisdom. And the king was so happy. Yes, no doubt, he said, one day I will achieve enlightenment. That time, may I give you my wisdom so that you will be free from this vicious cycle of the samsara. So that's how you see when Buddha achieved enlightenment. Our history when Buddha, the first 5 disciples were reborn of those 5 lectures. So to free from pandemics, these different occurring, so like the natural disasters and pandemics, she said, would really help by this practice. So if more people practice this, because it's all, this whole outside is happening by the effects of the peoples who live in that area. sometimes you may hear, or during this pandemic, do say these prayers. Have you heard of some of those things? Say these mantras. No? First of all, say how many people recite mantra? You know? In the first place, there's not many who practice Vajrayana. Within that Vajrayana, how many will recite mantra? And how much the effects really happen. But if you practice this way, this practice can practice by anybody, you see. Those who believe in a religion or don't believe in a religion, see. This is nothing to, it's not against like Christians, Hindu, Muslim, Jew, Buddhist, anybody can practice this. And then especially when you are good, communicator, those who can communicate well, and it becomes very effective. And the country is much better. So in the family, say, at least in your family, the father's mother, they practice this loving kindness, meditate on those, family is much better, more peaceful. The group, if you have a small group, very peaceful. And then like this, if there's no anyone, but if you practice yourself, you get a complete benefit. See? So see how much benefit is there. It's not just something, expectation. Right now, if you don't practice this, how much you feel your mind, your heart, relax, peaceful. See? It's not something, say, if you chant this mantra 100,000 times, it will have, something will bring to some effects, and we do this with high expectation, But then sometimes it brings the effects, sometimes don't, But this is, if you do this, that moment, you feel lighter, peaceful. See? And this is what really is called the Buddha's Buddha's teaching. This happiness is just there. The peace is just there. And that loving kindness, the practice called, you see, loving kindness, if you read the Jewel Ornament of Liberation, the practice called, in the division of classification, so the loving kindness of the rejecting all sentient beings as an object, which all sentient beings may have happiness. And then you go more deeper, what are the cause of those happiness? And then you go, may all sentient beings create the cause, as mentioned, the cause for peace and happiness. 10 virtues. Mind, absence of the 3 poisons. Those are the cause for happiness, or cause for loving kindness, which brings happiness. See? And also greater practitioners see everything is just a reflection of the mind. Like a moon's reflection in the lake. They're all just, when you see in the lake, in the moons, is reflected, then the wind, gentle wind flows, it makes the wrinkle, So everything's just that nature. We all are just in the state of the impermanence. Within that impermanence, within that like the mirage nature, we all desire for peace and happiness. You can see these things. So there's many layers of your understanding of the practice of the loving kindness. So this is how interdependent, interconnected. So interdependent is very profound. Everything changes because of the cause of the condition changing. Now scientists, they are talking about it now, they know aging from young, getting old. Now they're trying to, they're making effort how to reverse the aging. Getting old, getting young and young. So they have to understand the cause, you see. They have to look at the cause. What's the cause of the aging? How do they change, reverse of the aging and make younger? They have to look at the cause, So see, next for 5 to 10 years. So this all depends on the causes of condition. Like for example, the butter is protected, the milk, isn't it? Butter is produced from the milk. Now you ask, if this milk is the butter, so you will say no, this is milk and it's milk, not butter. And you say, if this butter is milk, you say no, this is butter, it's not milk. Without the milk, there's no butter. And butter is not milk. You see. Carefully investigate that, you see. It's amazing, So that goes, how the milk is produced. It's a continuity. So somebody has to know there's a butter in the milk. You see. And then someone has to know how to produce the butter from the milk. So it's kind of interdependent, interconnected. If you carefully go through, it's inexpressible. See, when you have wisdom, meditation, and great, some successful practitioner, when there's negative thought in the mind, which is directly cause of suffering, But that very cause of suffering, if you have the wisdom to see it directly, is natural. When these negative thoughts exist, you have that ability, the mind, to see that. And you see that negative thoughts exist nowhere. When you realize that negative thought is nowhere, it will become a cause of suffering. See, this is the Dharma practice. The Buddha's wisdom gives you all those opportunities. So there will be practitioner have to go forward. Every day, practice, experience, and then you feel free, you feel so happy. That's how to live the life with the happiness, but not attached to it. But the cause is there. The cause is there. The result is there. The effect is there. When we have to, as this morning mentioned, when there's the cause of suffering is there, no matter how much you said, please help me, I don't want this suffering, help me, I have to get out of this suffering, please. You just said, you chant mantra, you said prayers, and all you said these things, doesn't go away, because the cause is there. So then sometimes the prayer is not working. The mantra is not working. So that's how Buddha's teaching. First, we prepare so much.
Sorry, the Zoom people are saying they can't hear anything.
They can't hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we a little closer?
Yeah, closer. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Maybe I drink a little more water. There's more resource. So practice of loving kindness is universal, let's say. It's nothing kind of secret. It is nothing, some kind of mysterious things. It's very obvious, clear. But we have to have the nerve how to explore. We have to have the ability how to expand the practice. We have to have the wisdom how to practice this. And then every day in your life you can appreciate yourself. If you breathe in, you see the Buddha's loving kindness. Just breathe in into you through nostril and heal your mind, heal your body. And just meditate without expectation, but just only say Buddha's loving kindness is now within me. My mind is now blessed by the blessing, by the loving kindness of the Buddha's blessing. Just meditate. So breathe in like the 3 times yourself, and breathe out all negativities. just clean up, refresh. This is all way to practice. And if you like it light, if you want to, if it helps you, the white light, the loving kindness is the white light from all the Buddhas into your nostril and pervades your entire body and the mind. And permeate to your whole being and just meditate there. Transformation is not just like a spiritual thing, it's reality nature. Everybody can do it. This will bring you peace in the mind. See? When your mind is more peaceful, relax this way. Even in such turmoil, chaos, you can maintain this. So this is all nothing but temporary. Like a tornado, they come and go. So when you can maintain this your mind in this way, it will help to reduce your dementia. When the mind is very, traumatized and worrying so much, this will cause dementia. You're so much worrying about things. Your mind is totally obsessed by that. You forget. And when your mind is traumatized, and then your heart is taken by that, then it causes to forget very easily. Because this 21st century, a lot you see social medias, informations, a lot of you see anxieties, a lot of fears. Here you see. So this, if you practice this, it will help to reduce all this. Just maintain loving kindness. So when your mind is peaceful, relax. You will not forget just what you are doing. When your mind is so busy, or hectic, then you forget easily, what you are doing, what you see now, what is your acting. When your key is in the hand, you are looking for keys, Because you're so hectic, busy, you are just update this, and there's so many things you have to do. So when you die, if you could maintain this way, Your mind is clear, calm. And that's the Buddha. That's the Buddha's blessing. See? That's the Buddha's nature. So, loving kindness, in Tibet is called Chapa. Means, just as I mentioned, you just desire, wish everybody have happiness and causes of happiness. Okay. The compassion is next. That mind is, we all don't want suffering. So because of that, so wish everybody free from suffering and causes of suffering. Don't forget to say, the 10 virtues, the 3 poisons. When the mind is occupied by these 3 poisons, well, we are wishing to free from suffering. It's contradictory. So we have to understand, if we want to free from suffering, we are free from the 3 poisons. We should be free from the 10 non-virtues. So look at the all 10 non-virtues. It's not a Buddhist thing. Anybody at all. Just if somebody tells lie, if you know that person tells lie, then we just say, you are a liar. You are not honest person. Just there. It's everywhere. If they are not who don't have any religion, they don't appreciate their life. Same as the 10 non-virtues. And there, of course, there are many layers, different layers of the 10 life, you know. So just like this, we just look at each of the 10 non-virtues. Nobody would appreciate. So they are cause of suffering. So we practice. So you know, when you took refuge, you know, they are that also this called 5, you know, the 5 precepts. So 5 precepts are there. So look at the 5 precepts. So precious. I tell this story so often. Everybody knows. You have seen paintings, the 4 animals, you know. Big tree, next to the big tree there's an elephant. On the elephant, monkey. On the monkey, what? Duck. On the monkey who's sitting there.
There's a duck.
The bird. Bunny. A rabbit.
A rabbit.
Rabbit. On the rabbit, then the bird. So it is 4 animals. They are called 4 harmonious friend. They are very friendly, There's a story in relation to this, One time there was the place called Kashika. It's in India. It's not so far from Varanasi. It's a big forest. I mean, I think also Varanasi is part of that. Could be. But anyhow, in the jungle, this form, many others there, many animals there. But there's a spring, water running. So they go there to drink water occasionally. So they meet often. And when they meet often, after some time they came to know each other well. So then they became very good friends. Very good friend. And then the bird said, "Oh, it will be so wonderful if you know who's older, who's younger. The younger can respect the older one." So then elephant thought, "Oh, maybe I'm the oldest." The elephant said, "When I remember first time when I came to drink this water here, the tree, this elephant, baby elephant, very baby." So she said, "The tree is my son, my son." And then the monkey said, "Oh, in that case, I think he said, I'm older. The first time when I remember this tree has a few branches, not many, only few branches." And the rabbit said, "Oh, in that case, I'm older." He said, "The first time when I remember, only few leaves there, and one of the leaves I picked and eat. And then the bird said, "Oh, in that case, I'm the oldest," he said, "because I ate the fruit from other tree and came here to drink the water I shed here." So the seed is planted on the ground, it grows. So that's why you see now, first the elephant, and then monkey, then rabbit, and then you see the bird. So then that's wonderful. Now, this way, let us respect each other. So the bird is the senior, The bird is a senior citizen, And you see, then the bird said, "Now we have been very good, very good friend each other, supporting each other, helping each other, so good. Now let's keep this 5%. Not taking life, not taking things from others which not belong to you, not telling lie, not engaging in the sexual misconduct, and then, because that time there was no drugs, So let us have the understanding of the causality, the cause, the virtuous cause bring happiness, and non-virtuous cause bring the suffering. So let us trust that. So let us keep these 5%. When God explained about this, how the value of those, and everyone agreed, "Oh, that will help us more to keep more peace, harmony within us. We can trust each other. Here we can trust each other so well. So the bird explained all this, and they understood, and then they were so more friendly, so beneficial. And then after some time, the bird said to make them very successful, keeping this 5%. Now it's not just for ourselves to get this benefit, how much we got benefit. No, we should share this wisdom to others. All others, elephants should take care of them. All this forest, these who has trunk, fangs, all this. And I will take care of all the birds. And monkey, you take care of your family. And rabbit, all others, just you take care of this. And just all let know how to keep this 5%. And they thought, that's really a good idea. So then you see. And after some time, the country becomes so peaceful. When the rain comes in the time, it's so fresh, no pandemic, and the crops grows at the right time. Everything is just so beautiful. So then when the country is becoming such a great country, abandoned, what means abandoned? Not abandoned, abundant. Abundant. All glorious good things manifesting, the tree grows so beautifully, the fruits, and the harvest, and so peaceful, relaxed. So the king was thinking, it's because I ruled the country so beautifully. I took care of my country because of this, And the people are thinking, oh, this is happening because we people being so obedient to what the king said, being a good service to the king, all these things. So they're all talking each other, these things. Then in the country, there was a great meditator. So some people went there and discussed with that. So our country is now, you see, best country in the world. All these things. But the cause is now is discussing, the king is telling this, all the people are talking about this, all this, everyone they have own opinion. So they asked the meditator, what do you think about it? And then this great meditator, he said, this is none of this king and the people in the country. This is by the effect of the 4 animals, how they did it. So those who went to see that, so they came back to the town and told him, and everyone is so impressed. The king was also very happy to come to know this. So they came to all the people must follow this 5%. So things got better, still, more better. And then when the people died from that area, they're born. 33 realms. 33, the 33rd realm. You know that? You don't know. Nobody knows here. 33rd realm, Sujatasun, where the Indra, the king of the god, Indra, you know? Have you heard of Indra?
Yes.
His realm, in a way, okay? Okay. People, when they die, they're all born there. And after some time, the king noticed the Indra. So why our population grows so much? Why this is happening, So then he saw, because of these people keeping these 5 precepts, they're born in there, reborn there. So then he was so amazed. He made a prayer, I don't remember. There's one verse. Those who keep the 5 precepts, the result is birth is high rank. I was totally amazed. He said something like that. So you see, these are the real cause for peace and happiness, for better rebirth. Keeping the cause. When somebody dies, we are calm, so they die, can you say this thing, can you say this prayer, can you do? Of course, there's good thing to do, but in our life, we should keep the 5 precepts. Practice this loving kindness, compassion, and you see. You live your life in such a way that that is the cause. You're creating the cause to get the result. And cause in this moment, there's a peace, there's harmony. Like say, in your job, in your working, sometimes you are late, and the boss is not so happy, he's scolding the boss is, why you are late, you're supposed to come in just, now you look at the watch, and you say, I apologize, I'm late. I will do catch up. You just say these things. And you just reflect the forces, yes, he or she has the responsibility. It's my fault. It's suffering there. You should understand that way and explain that way. And then the boss also feels so happy. He or she accepts the mistake. So like this, you see, makes sense? So these the Dharma practice we do in our daily life. No one is just sitting. I will watch your mind, make your mind more peaceful. Bring your mind. So this is courage. Some people think it's very weak, These Buddhists are so weak. Buddhists are so pessimistic. So they say, they misunderstood. This is courage. This is wisdom. Maintaining the real cause for peace and happiness. That people appreciate. This way, our Buddhist teaching will grow. You see the benefit there. So the practitioners, Buddhist practitioners, you exhibit the Buddhist teaching in your life. And medical division, and that will help to continue the teachings. Otherwise, chanting, prayer, then there's a lot of symbols, beating drums, all this, making all this fancy drama, all these things, and without practicing these things, I don't know how long it will last. Because there's no benefit in the society. See, sometimes people ask, what's the cause to decaying the Buddhist teaching? There's something to ask, you know. Keep the heart present and practice this loving kindness, compassion. And be peaceful. Then all these people notice, they appreciate, they admire. See, make sense? In this way, we have to take the responsibility. Then we should appreciate Buddha, see how Buddha's wisdom. Buddha's wisdom, compassion is to everybody, not just for only Buddhist, not just only for monks and nuns, for all in the world. That's what we say prayers, is may all Mother Sensation beings, boundless at the sky, we say, that will change your life for good. It's not a cult, You see, others will become a cult member, Paranoid and all this, everything, And then a lot of confusions, lies, So this dispels all the confusion. Yeah, you want to make a short break? If you don't know, this is page 23. This is mantra. Just above page 23. Okay, please make a short break. You don't need much effort for that. But our mind is so habituated in the wrong direction. The people, those who don't like, we just feel they should have all the problem, When something goes wrong with them, then you feel happy, That's not a good mind. It's not a source of peace, happiness. It's a source of suffering, anger. So this is the third one. Okay. Also, loving kindness. Second is easy. Second one, compassion is easy. The third one, that anybody who has peace and happiness, you just feel joy, very happy about it. Yeah. And the fourth one from this four immeasurables, fourth one, so now, as I said, may they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Page 1. Page 1. For immeasurable. Okay. Yes. So that now this mind that you have love and compassion to your friend, your family, that mind now pervades to all others without attachment, without aversion. Equally, just meditate. This. So here said 4 immeasurables. The immeasurable practice of loving kindness, compassion, joy, equanimity. Means such beings are immeasurable, countless. So many sentient beings in the world, we cannot count. Look at the ants here in this Tucson area. Look at the ants, you take the ants nests, there are hundreds of thousands of each, so how you can count? It's called immeasurable. Everyone, including cockroach in your kitchen. Okay. So then you see your mind is really relaxing. This practice itself is such a great purification. I told this story of compassion to many others, but also to remind myself and yours. If I repeat the story, would you like that?
Yes.
Okay, you have heard of Asanga.
Yes.
Buddha Maitreya is now is Bodhisattva Maitreya. The future Buddha Maitreya is now called Bodhisattva Maitreya. He is in Tushita, but he wasn't born at the time of Buddha. So there are 8 Bodhisattvas. So one of them is Bodhisattva Maitreya. Anyhow, Asanga, so mother, Shila. She married with a king and gave birth a child who was Asanga. And then she separated from king. She lived by herself. And then Asanga was growing and then asked his mother, what my father do? Because at the time, the child follow what the father does. If the father is some like a business, different types of business, and the child carry on that. So she told him, her child, Asanga, you are not born to follow your father's footsteps. You are born to revive Buddha's teaching. So you should follow that way. Because the monk studied, practiced Dharma. So he followed what the mother said. And he went to become a Shiva, Nalanda University, studied. He was remarkable, mind. Understood things very fast, and he studied Paramita texts, what Buddha taught, so fast. So now he wants to put together, condense, and he needs help. So to get help, he needs to get a Idam deity. So he received empowerment. Through the empowerment, and he got the Maitreya as his Idam. So then accordingly he went to retreat in a cave to see Asanga. And first he went to retreat, first 3 years. He got nothing. So he just came out of the cave. And then he looked back at the cave. And the water dropping from the cave, the door, to under the rock. The rock becomes so smooth. See, he thought, rock was so hard. And the water is so it's liquid. How this 1 or 2 drop, the water can make the rock so smooth. It's because the time, after a long time, this happens. So if I practice more, it's still possible. I can see Maitreya. So he went back. So then, after 3 years, which is now 6 years now, he hasn't got anything. And he was a little disappointed. But after 3 years, I don't see. So it looks like maybe I cannot see Maitreya. He came out. And again he looked back. And there's a pigeon, bird pigeon, nest above the rock. And then pigeon fly in the evening, coming back in the morning, and made the rock very smooth. Very smooth. Oh, the pigeon feather is so soft, and rock is so hard. But when time goes, the rock can make like this. Oh, due to my lack of perseverance, if I go back again to practice, maybe possible to see. He went back. It's another 3 years, so it's 9 years more, and he hasn't got any sign, anything. I'm very disappointed. Maybe there was no good dream. So then he leapt without looking back, just straight. Then on the road, there was one old man rubbing a piece of metal like this size with cotton cloth, making smooth. Asaka was very curious what he is doing, what he wants to achieve from this, He asked, what do you doing here? So the old man, maybe 80, 90 years old, oh, I want to make a needle from this, from this metal, Says, oh, this looks like very strange, He could use this little cotton cloth and some other really rough cloth, And then he said, how is it possible? And the old man said, if you have perseverance, anything is possible. So then, this old man has such great courage. Even this piece of metal wants to make a needle by cotton cloth, I must go back, He was inspired by this old man, and he went back. And now it's 12 years, nothing happened. And he was so disappointed. Without looking any right or left, just took the road straight to the village. Before reaching to the village, he just saw a door full of maggots, the whole bag, maggot. The bag is coral, And then the wounds are just awful. You can't really look at it. It makes you chilly, And then still the dog is barking at Asanga, helplessly, so much with just showing the old fangs on this. Asanga looked at the dog. When there's anger, even you don't accept your pain, the anger pushes you to express your anger, barking, and people in the world, they're suffering so much, but still they are with anger, with attachment. So, just doing this. And there, that rose such a great compassion in his mind. To both the dog and the maggot. Now I must do something to help this dog. Because I cannot leave this behind, with such condition. There's no way I can leave this. So he was thinking, why should I do all these things? And if I take the maggots out, clean the dog, the dog will be okay. But what about the maggots? They will die. No food, they'll die. So what's use to protect the dog and get rid of the maggots? The boat needs help, So then he was, what should I do? Then, because of his great compassion, that's such kind of indomitable compassion manifests in his mind. But there's no any fear, doubt to exchange himself with the dog. So now, to help the dog, to help the maggot, there's no other choice. I have to cut a piece of my flesh. He cut a piece of flesh and put it on the ground. And he dare not conceive the the dog wounds, but he closes his eyes and tries to take all the maggots from the dog. And then his hand went closer to the dog, and he touched his finger on the ground. It's to the dog. So he looked at it. Where's the dog? No. He looked at it. There was no dog. There's a bacteria in front of him. No? So that compassion, practicity, purified the rest of the obscurations. And that Asanga was really so emotional. For 12 years, I was trying day and night to see you. And you have no compassion. How dare you let me suffer all this? You know? I'm sure you understand, he said. And Maitreya said, it's not true. I was with you the first day when you came to the cave. All these things what you saw is my emanation. You have that much good fortune to see, step by step. And now you got such a great compassion, and the rest of the obscurations are purified. So now you want just to see me. So then at that time, Maitreya said one verse. The nectar of the rain falls from the heaven, from the sky, on the ground. If the seed is rotten, can grow. Likewise, even the Buddha appears, those who have obscurations can receive. Then Maitreya said, if you don't trust me, now the village is very close by. You take me on your shoulder and go to see the village and tell all the village people, say, Maitreya is on my shoulder, and ask them to see. And Asanga wants to make sure, yes. So he took Maitreya on his shoulder, went to the village, and he shouted, all the village people come here, Maitreya is on my shoulder, you know. And all people just coming around, watching at him, And this one old woman saw a dead dog on his shoulder. The rest have seen nothing. And they said, Asanga went to retreat for 12 years. Now he's become crazy. So when they said, you see, this is a witness. So then Asanga was very grateful. So grateful. And then Maitreya took him to the Tushita, and then gave the 5 treatises of the Maitreya to Asanga in one morning. All those teachings he gave in one morning. In our world, it is about 50 years. Okay? And there is only one morning. Okay? So that's how compassion practice, loving kindness practice purifies. So practice this. You can see the benefit. As I mentioned, as soon as when you have such a loving kindness in the mind, you feel so peaceful, unconfined, vastness. See, that itself is the purification. Otherwise, our mind is so confined, trapped in the ego cocoon, and we just suffer. So this is, when you see these stories, it's very helpful. And there are a lot of, and there are many accounts like this. Great Buddhism. They go through hardship and they practice, and then sometimes they feel so helpless, what to do, what not to do, maybe I should give up, And somewhere, somehow, they continue and practice, and they get all the benefits. So like this, these teachings are so precious as a vision. They just, you can see now benefit. Not something, it will happen, something, It's just happening in your mind right now. So that's how we should learn this teaching to help others, to get benefit first to yourself. Then you can give benefit to others. See? And this is called contagious enlightenment. It's contagious? Contagious. So you know how to relax yourself. It's courage, that there's no fear expression. It's not a sign of weakness, but it's a sign of courage. Courage based on the wisdom, based on the compassion, loving kindness. See? And you admire. Then other people hear these things, and they say, oh, that's beautiful. Chanting so different types of mantras, powerful mantras. Those who we are really appreciate. The rest people will not appreciate it. So what they are doing this, this is something Buddhist thinking, So we need this kind of effort. So this, now we understand the four immeasurables. So these four immeasurables you can include into two, loving kindness and compassion. Last two, the feeling of joy and equanimity, you can include into the practice of the loving kindness. And the loving kindness, because you wish everybody have all peace and happiness. You wish everybody have all the joy. And that is equal to appreciation beings, not just some individuals. Okay? So the third and fourth are within the loving kindness, which is true. You can put it to true loving kindness and compassion. But when we practice these here prayers, we have to form all this. You know how to handle, how to. Sometimes this can lead to confusion. Sometimes they are talking about the loving kindness and compassion. Other times they are talking about the four immeasurables. What are the rest, where there's not here or there, So you understand that, okay. Any questions you have?
I like your story. The story was very important.
You like the story?
I think I'm going to look at my dog differently when I see her tonight.
Yes.
But I have a question. So when he was taken, he did reach enlightenment. He absorbed all his karma. by seeing Maitreya on the dog, he did reach his goal. So, something.
Reach his goal?
His goal of wanting to be enlightened and see Buddha.
Yes.
So the dog was the messenger too.
Yeah, dog is the emanation of Maitreya.
So never insult a dog.
So you see. Yes, Eddie?
So, I don't know, can you hear me okay? Do you want me on here? Yeah. Okay. So I have some wrong thinking, and I know it's wrong thinking. Wrong thinking.
Wrong thinking, okay.
With my practice.
Okay.
When I hear stories about Milarepa.
Yes.
And, all the things that he did to achieve enlightenment.
Yes.
And I hear stories like this fellow that you ran across that eats every other day, one meal, and the rest of the time he's practicing.
Yes.
And all of these, and I think, I don't think I want to do that.
No, what I'm saying is,
I know.
I'm not saying everybody should do this.
Right.
Like Milarepa, none of us can do like Milarepa.
Right.
But his stories are inspiring us. How he became Buddha, and how much we can expect, where we do, You see, where I am doing, how much I can expect, see.
But it makes me reluctant to
Yes.
sit on my cushion because I cannot follow that.
Yes.
And it makes me feel unworthy, if you know what I mean.
No, it's not that. There are so many degrees. They're from 0, 1 to 100. If you do 1 degree, you achieve that much. If you practice like 5 degree, you achieve that much. Like Milarepa and Trisha, the host I'm talking about, they are 100%. So they achieve that much. Their determination made them to achieve that state. And we don't have that much power. So we achieve little benefit. At least you can make your mind a little peaceful.
And so if I'm understanding correctly,
Yeah.
so what you were saying to us today about loving kindness, compassion, and how you bring it into more of a moment to moment,
Yes.
I can more peacefully live my householder life, still
Yes.
sit on my cushion, feel a little bit better, increase my degrees a little bit with this,
Yes.
is what you're saying.
Yeah. Look at this. We have to see how much I can do. So how much I can expect. You see, we are doing very little thing and have the high expectation. So you see, it's irrelevant. So how much I practice, I expect that much. So like this. So So there's Buddha said Milarepa attained Buddhahood in 1 lifetime. Shakyamuni Buddha took 3 limitless years to become Buddha. So there's so many, you see. Yes.
So pursuant to that question there, Rinpoche,
Yes.
folks hear me okay? I don't have a loud voice.
Yes. You have the loud voice.
How much of that is dependent upon karma, or my past karma,
Karma.
or anybody, or Maitreya's past karma?
No, past karma is past karma. Karma is very momentary. The cause and result of mental formation of the mental formation of the momentary nature. It's not something is pre-printed, decided, no. Everything is momentary. Every cause is moment to moment. You have to understand that. Of course, there's a lot of previous as well, but right now, like every moment we are creating karma. Just as I mentioned, as soon as when you have a sense of real loving kindness, that's the cause that you created to have that moment, a very peaceful mind. The peaceful you are experiencing is the result of that very practice with loving kindness. At that moment you see. And you see, when there's a hatred, suddenly due to some cause, makes you such great anger, you're upset, outrage, and that outrage, that moment you have manifested in the mind, and that moment there's so much suffering. Oh, so that suffering is the result of that moment, outrage. You see, so everything's momentary.
So, in that respect, pursuant to what you say, when they talk about imprints,
Yes.
like a story of someone who may have brought great harm to somebody when they were younger,
Yeah.
or maybe when you were a young man you murdered somebody, and maybe you went to prison and did your time, but that imprint is in the mind. So is that overcome with practice? Like with the story of Miller Ray,
Yeah.
he murdered a lot of people as a
Yes.
kid, but he overcame that
Yes.
through practice.
Yes.
And, you know, is that the road?
Yeah, that's it, they're saying, as you saw the social you reap, So whatever cause we created, we are responsible to experience that result, good or bad. So that's very distinctive. Very distinctive. There's nothing confusion. There's no any expectation. It's all just ultimate, like poison will bring poison, medicine will bring medicine. There's no confusion. So that's the universal. It's not some Buddhist belief, Sometimes, Buddhist believe karma used to be, but not nowadays so much, So the karma is a belief system. If you believe, there's a karma. If you don't believe, there's no karma. If that's the case, better not believe in karma. It's bothersome, But since that's not the case, it's all just how universal hold this God, causation, the cause. So that's mentioned very complex subject. There's individual karma, there's collective karma, individual karma, my suffering is my suffering. I cannot share with you. It's I created the cause. And then group karma and family karma, there's group karma, they're all together, the experience, you see, together. And then town karma, city karma, like a big flood comes, washed all, that whole area is like a collective karma. Or earthquake destroys whole town, So like this, you see, this karma is very complex. Very. So that's what this is the, as mentioned, not Buddhist belief, but this is how everything functions within the dimension of the causality. We have to pay attention so much on that. When that comes, then there's no one to blame. It's individual's responsibility. So this is very complex. This is very important. We reflect on how we have to do things right. So in loving kindness practice that I taught here, compassion practice is so useful. Because karma is so complex, it's very difficult to kind of reach our mind to that kind of end, It's a loving kindness practice to all sentient beings, compassion practice for all the sentient beings. It's very effective. Then that itself creates good karma, See. So karma is only Buddha's wisdom can explain. There's a mention. For scientists, it doesn't make sense. If you talk about the virtue, non-virtue, they'll ask you what it makes virtue or non-virtue, Then they'll ask you what evidence you have, We don't know. You cannot see your mind. How we can say I have a mind, They will tell you, ask you what evidence you have that you have mind. That's I think I have mind. That's what you can say, because you cannot show this is my mind, But this mind is there. It's there. But I cannot show. Unless you are enlightened and then have some great skill. Make sense? So those who understand about Buddha and his teachings through your own experience, then it makes sense.
So then, is the mind the same as the nature of mind?
Yeah, your mind is the nature of mind. That nature of mind, a polluted nature of mind, unpolluted nature of mind. Pollution.
They say that Jesus was a Buddhist because he taught love and compassion. And where was he for 20 years?
20 years.
I try to tell my Christian friends that really Jesus was Buddhist. They don't want to hear it. But anyways, religions are like that. But, we've heard that he lived in Tibet and India. The love. They were saying he had the two laws, love and love,
Yeah, especially.
Something you can remember.
Everyone has the love,
Right.
compassion. That's our capital. We should capitalize from that.
Right.
Our basic, we have the love, compassion. That's our foundation. We know what's love, what's compassion. So from there you increase, you develop more. Basically, so what I mean is to minimize all the cause of the mental suffering. Nowadays you see people, there's a lot of young people are depressed, suffering, because of all the social system. There's so much information. So they're difficult to adjust all these social medias. They're coming anxiety, uncertain, what to do, how to catch up. So for these things, the practice of loving kindness, compassion, is such a great remedy to heal the mind.
Wouldn't you say, I've entertained this thought, but wouldn't you say that the social media is really an expression of people's mind,
Yes,
where they are?
that's right. All the social media, all the internet, is all the expression of the mind, yes. But they don't realize it's the expression of the mind. It's something that exists outside of us. See, that's the problem. See, like there's now, this AI becoming very big. It's a big deal. It's something that is coming from outside. They become more. They become more intelligent than you are. We forget. It's our mental creation. We created.
Well, it was said that AI is no better than the man that created it,
Yes.
mentally, or spiritually. Yeah.
So like this, there are a lot of things you see. So if you know the power of the mind, as yesterday mentioned, it's all a product of our mind. Okay? The heaven is product of the mind. The heaven is product of the mind. In our daily life, when there's a good peace, happiness, you enjoy your life, it's a product of your mind. When you feel miserable, suffering, all these things, it's also product of the mind. So realize that, understand that, then practice these things that today we have discussed. See, then you will appreciate the beauty of the whole system.
So every moment or every day or every second, we can strive to be precious human beings. We can strive to be precious human beings
Yes.
every day, every second.
Yeah.
We have that choice.
This is
our choice.
This is every moment. Yeah, every moment. You live every moment. You don't say, sometimes I live and sometimes I don't live.
Saying that to breathe in the light, breathing in the light,
Yeah.
rather than exhaling the light is
Yeah.
every breath and every moment.
Yeah, every moment, we're breathing every moment. See, this is how we live. So that moment, every moment, we just continue this mindfulness. That's what's called mindfulness, awareness. It's so precious, it's very simple, but very important. So now you little bit understood about the interdependence, how complex the subject is. Everything functions, you see, within the interdependence. When you see something like that, when I created in my mind the anger, hatred, that, see, now my mind is, I have no power to control because it's overpowered my mental afflictions. So my suffering, I have to endure that suffering by the cause of that anger. So it's interdependent, interconnected. there's this kind of everything is emanation. You know emanation? Everything is emanation of the interdependence, interconnected. Everything is a manifestation of the cause. So that, when you practice the patience, because you will talk tomorrow as well about this, say, if somebody hits me, stick on my head, my reaction goes to the stick or to the person. I will not upset with the stick, isn't it? I will upset with the person, because the stick is not the one who which hit me. Stick has no power. It's the person, you see. Now in that case, the person has no power. The anger pushed him to hit me. The person lost the independence of their anger. You see, now the person is suffering because under the control of the hatred. He is a subject to be. We should be a compassion. You see. Now that anger also has no power. It's something else pushed the anger to manifest. So she used to go also like that. So everything's just illusion nature. See? This is the real Buddhist wisdom that we need to pay attention. Others, by chanting mantra, you get something else, you do this, you chant this mantra, these things. Yeah, the explanation, they're good. But they are not the real, I should say, causality of what we're talking about to understand. This is called Buddhist philosophy. It's not just Buddhist philosophy. It's the philosophy of the whole universe. Buddha taught that, and Arjuna communicated some way, because he taught the mathematical system, it's interdependent, and then thoroughly communicated by Jigte Sumbu, if you know. Anybody who knows Jigte Sumbu? You know Jigte Sumbu, who taught the Konchog. Have you heard of Konchog?
Yeah, of course.
You and who else? You know Konchog?
I've heard of Konchog.
You heard?
I've heard of,
But you don't know.
don't know him personally. Should I?
Of course. Nowadays there are some Konchog texts coming, if you look, and it's complex. Not many people know it.
So what is Konchog?
Konchog is the name of text. Teachings given by Jigte Sumbu, who founded Khenchen Konchog. We have a lot of us at Khenchen Konchog, prayer of the Khenchen Namgyeli. And there's a lot of know, but we don't know who founded Khenchen Konchog. We don't know what he taught.
Do you have a story about him you can tell us? Is there a little story you can?
Yeah, I have translated quite a bit.
Of course.
There's one book called Great Khenchen Master. In there you can find one section. It's the story of the Gelopa, Narupa, Marpa, Miravepa, Atisha, and then Kambupa, Vanutupa, and Jigte Sumbu. You can find. And there's also one that's not so big, a small booklet called Calling the Lama from Afar. calling the Lama from afar. There I have translated quite a bit of his life stories, written, not so huge, but short life stories written by his disciples, translated, put together, and also his Lama songs as well. So that those, if you don't have the copies, I think you can contact to virtual publication. Have you heard of virtual publication?
Yes.
There's a small publication, not so well known. It's also hidden. It's a hidden treasure. So we need someone who can reveal you have heard of the treasure revealers? Who reveal the treasures of the hidden texts. So we need someone who can reveal that.
Well, I guess someone once said, when the student is ready, the teacher arises. So I guess I'm just still waiting.
Yeah, no, don't wait.
Well, I'll continue my practices. Maybe I'll get lucky.
So these things you can contact, and then that will help you so much, you know. You ask copies, there are a lot of copies of those, calling the Lama from afar. Yeah, I have translated those in the 80s, 1980s. Spent a lot of time translating those.
So online there's Helene.
Oh,
She has 3 questions.
okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'll do my best here. So in light of saying we have individual karma and group karma, is it important for us not to agree to the government selling arms to wars overseas committing genocide? How much or what should we be doing to stop that?
If you look at yourself, how much influence you have, it's very important. Practical, you know. If you have ability to influence society, then you do according to your ability. If you don't have much ability, then I think you practice loving kindness, compassion for your own benefit. So these individuals, they are creating such a cause of suffering, which instead of getting hatred, getting hate in your mind, being angry with yourself, that's useless, no benefit. No matter how much you're angry, you suffer. Doesn't get any benefit, which people do. It's just natural in samsara. We're so habituated. So you practice loving kindness, compassion in your mind, not just so only in this life, but life after life, life after life. You see Bodhisattvas, they just continuously manifest. And they practice bodhicitta with emptiness. And then when they have really achieved the realization of the emptiness, with the bodhicitta, with the loving kindness, then they have no fear. No fear even to go to the hell, because they have such ability. If you read at the Heart Sutra, there you can find. See. You can find here, see. Yeah, you see it. Here you see. And since there is no discursive or obscurity of mind, there is no fear. You see, you look at here, there is no fear. When your mind is purified, obscurations are purified, you realize emptiness, there's no fear.
It's the bottom of page 5.
You see, bodhicitta practice, see, so like these things. Then you can benefit so many sentient beings. Okay?
I'll ask her if that was.
Then what else?
I think you already answered it, but the last question was, and do we need to keep our mind in a state of kindness while doing whatever we do about the situation? So I think the answer is yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So how was your today's time? It's good? Okay. A lot of information here.
I'm clapping in bed.
A lot of stories. A lot of stories are told. Okay.
Well, stories you can remember
Yes.
better.
Yes.
The teachings,
That's
like with
what it's-
Native American people, we don't have a written language, but we have stories.
Yes, you don't have.
And the stories are very important.
The stories are part of it, very important. Yes. It makes it relevant, how relevant it is. Okay? It's not just a mythology,
Right.
somewhere there, you know.
Much easier to remember,
Excuse me.
much easier to remember too.
Yes, you're easy to remember. It's easy. Remember, reflect, you know. Oh, I heard the story, so I know how to do things, you know. Okay. Now, it's good. You've got enough information today. Yeah. And otherwise, there's a lot of also some explanations about the refuge. It's a nice quotation by Milarepa about the refuge. We can talk this up tomorrow. Okay?
Yes.
Have you heard of Atisha?
Yes.
Atisha was an Indian great master. In the 10th century, he came to Tibet. That time in Tibet, the teaching was suffering, Buddhism. So he came and then he helped so much. So he always talked about the refuge, importance of refuge, teachings about what is about this is the story, now you can get benefit, all the time he taught so much. So you know the word Pantita, was that?
Scholar.
Oh,
Pandita.
Scholar.
scholar is a Sanskrit word, Mahapandita. It's great scholars. So he was called Pandita of Refuge. He always put emphasis on the refuge. It's so precious. So like that. Anyhow, we just relax physically, and then today, see everything so impermanent. We got here this morning. Now it's 5. you got some benefit, you appreciate, rejoice. See, this is a glimpse of Buddha's wisdom. I try to express a little bit what I can. It's just partial. Buddha's wisdom is so much. You can imagine Buddha's wisdom. You say, I took refuge in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. I refresh my refuge. I enrich my refuge practice. I'm so fortunate. We keep going, progress on the path. With this refuge and practice of loving kindness, compassion, and recollect all the related stories we went through, just refresh, appreciate. I'm so glad, fortunate, being alive and spend time this way. Now, day-to-day life, how to live, and then at the time of death, how to die in a simple way. Physical living and dying practice. See, just totally rejoice, appreciate. Assimilation is not something Buddhism is a universal reality, natural. So that's what's calm. Dharma is coming in the West. I'm sure you have heard of, if the Buddhism is relevant in the West. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Oh, see. Now you can see if it's relevant or not, There are a lot of ideas, labels, there's so many things that people bring up, but how real, actually how much is there, how really can Buddha's wisdom can help, not from the cultural point of view. Culture is a cultural point of view, like Lama dance, I don't know how many you can dance, wearing big masks, and how much it will help you to get benefit, See, these teachings are fresh, alive, see. We're going through a lot of mental stress. How to get help to free from this stress, you see, especially for young people. So you all can help also, So I meditate this way. And now please just being relaxed, please inhale fully. And exhale all the stress. And once more, please inhale and exhale. Once more, please inhale fully. Exhale. So refresh exhalation. Today's things before you forget. And then there's some things which if you find helpful, keep in your mind. Don't forget, I will use this in my life, and I will help others, those who need. Okay, I thank you. Then is there some dedication prayers?
Okay, so page 38, please, or Dekorma.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Okay, so Dekorma is actually on page 43, please. By the virtues collected in the three times by myself and all beings in samsara,
and by the innate root of virtue, may I all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment.
may the teachings of the great Noble Ratnashri, Luzon Teachings, Lord of the Dharma, Master of Interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation, until the end of samsara.